More servitors, are they about to go crazy? Oh. They stop talking? Simply irrational, Lady Theodora. There's a man dressed in peculiar garb, his voice tight with tension, his face, half of which is covered by synth skin, is twisted in a grimace. Simulation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide, practically an admission of heresy. Is it doing it again? See, now I'm paranoid. No, but I hear sounds, so it should be good. Just an alternative that will satisfy me. I've described the situation. No worse than the Seneschal could have done. Make a decision. Well, what will you do with Aeon 4? Oh, Aeon 6, sorry. Play the room. First impression, who appears to be a 30-year-old, is the parchment-like skin stretched over his tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, his face twisted in a slight tick, as the jerking movements are all the signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast, the Adora's features appear as they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. I can't pronounce his name. Behind the two, you see two more men. One a great-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of a data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks, containing all manner of weapons. Our second candidate just joined us. Weaver, approach and give me your answer. Character skills reflect their knowledge and capabilities. Some dialogues automatically initiate passive skill tests. Such test succeeds, new information will be revealed. Okay. Oh, so these all succeeded. Those spirits could well be the natives' names for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that's indeed the case, and if the population of Aeon 6 engages in Xeno worship. Oh, consider the hypothetical situation. Aeon 6, a new world on the fringes of the Chronos Expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say. But attempts to install one ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question is to you: what do you do? Yeah. Poison treasure. Use the psychers? Throw up a presumptuous. Took me a great deal of time to find one psycho who could serve me well for many years. Yet you speak of several. Sanctioned psychers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Would you suggest that we use heretics who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? Would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants. I gave an answer to a simple question, which is still more than you could do it. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, let's go with that one. Insolent, arrogant upstart? How dare you? I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congenerator, I'm going to butcher that, is still dawdling about the officer's deck instead of proceeding to the middle of the decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview. Beg forgiveness, yeah, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I forgot the time. He bows his head ceremoniously and takes his leave, without sparing you another look. It's not voice acting, I'm gonna try again. So, why are you here? Was it not you who sent for me? You've ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil on the upper surface. Immutable hierarchy, after obedience, lickspittery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valentius Massimo of Scaris. I am the road trader and serves the God Emperor of humanity. My rights and freedom are vindicated by the most sacred relic, the warrant of trade kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is an honor to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign and bow death and ruin to us all. Jesus Christ. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. You are one of those with the von Valentia's blood in their veins, and a rightful claim to the inheritance when the hour comes. That mean there are others? Yep, what's his face? Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board. You've had a pleasure meeting one of them. Ethelred may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibility that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming a bearer of the Warrant trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Commander, then their closest ally. At last, even those responsibilities can at times be challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Waldvig served me for many years before he made his mistake. Is Master Wittster's related to you? His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, it does bear the same name, von Valentius. Even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Vortigern's performance in current role is satisfactory, or it used to be at least. If you're satisfied with Ethelred, then what's the sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me? Patience. I'm rather fond of impatient people. They're not as quick to resign themselves to the circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Ethelred as my successor, I would still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may be proven valuable here in the Cronus Expanse. It says in your profile that you bear a brand of sorcery, albeit sanctioned sorcery, that is permitted in the service of the Imperium. I'm accustomed to the presence of psychers at my side. More than that, I value their unique abilities highly. Perhaps that is why I'm so intrigued by Ethelred's candidacy. A road trader psyker could achieve great things indeed. However, psychers are fragile creatures, and such I would rather have a replacement standing ready if in the event something happens to Ethelred. Ethelred. I keep calling that, but I keep thinking of Ethelred from The Last Kingdom. Moreover, Theodora smiles slightly. Your courage has made you far more famous than you yourself probably realize. True feats of heroism will forever live on in the annals of the Imperium and bring honor to the von Valentius line. Okay. Ready to take on the sacred purpose? Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable to the rogue trader. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be the one that took me on to next. Thanks for clarifying. May I ask you? May I ask my questions now? The Vox. He's going to use communicate. Yeah. Affixed to Theodora's attire suddenly comes to life, but all you can hear is unintelligible noise. Theodora winces and shuts off the transmission and gives you an imperious nod. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Where's the ship headed? The Rycat system, the domain of the rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Only 3 rogue traders exist in the Kronos Expanse. Each of them possess resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you'll one day assist House von Valentius in surpassing both them in affluence and splendor. Set course for the Rycat on the demand. Grimaces, she gives you a stern look and then shrugs. For a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose of this voyage. But now is not the time. An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servicemen went berserk and attacked the crew. That's so. Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Geller field. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed, after all. The grey-haired officer gives the rogue trader a look of cautious approval. Or disapproval. Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating the idle rumors spread by the uneducated riffraff? Enough, Abelard. Such heresy amuses me. Yadira eagerly retells me every time she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators. I can't pronounce that. Yeah, computers made by man. Used unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. What are my current responsibilities? Observe, learn, absorb. It'll take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel. And then you're in a new position. Eventually, I'll find a post that suits you. Yeah, I'm going to keep calling Ethelred. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide. I have no more questions. In that case, I shall head to Theodora's Vox Awakens once more. This time, you pick up the shouting. Lord Captain freezes, listening to the Voxcast, then nods and draws a weapon. Disturbance reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal. If the need arises, protect the new blood. She glances at you. It is possible this chance to prove your worth may yet present itself. Sooner than you may have anticipated. It's doing it again, what the fuck? Why is it doing? I've never had that issue ever.
Another annoyance. Ban none of them.
It makes me question how much of that was actually read aloud and I didn't have to read it myself. Accent turns. Yeah, you can see the order on the left side there.
One fewer target.
God damn!
Reduced to dust.
God damn!
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Yeah, there's a cover system. Yeah. Hmm.
Schemes within schemes.
Swing and a miss, huh? It's a 95% chance that I missed him.
A wicked thought.
There we go. Jesus. Frick you, guy.
Soothes my soul.
Be careful, companions get hurt by burst shots or area attacks. Okay.
One fewer ton.
Abelard has no chill. Occasionally received a temporary positive effect from an ally. Yeah, just a buff. Say buff. Blap him.
Ah, fate claims another one.
Mort, take a team with you and clear paths to the transporter line. Do not let a single horse survive. Roger turns to you. Didn't bat an eyelid when Scum burst onto the deck, hmm? Not bad. I've seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them much more vulnerable to harsh realities of warp travel. The incident with the rampaging servitors may be connected to what's happening now. Possibly, quite likely. Winston flicks the switch on her voice box a few times. We'll investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try and assess the situation. The orders. She breaks eye contact with you. Mort has gone ahead to clear the path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if there's any archment to require aid, okay?
Patience. My nerves are frayed.
Hang on. Options. Is there anything in the audio I can do? Turn down the sound effects slightly. No, don't turn that off. Full screen borderless, okay. Maybe we should keep this on exclusive full screen just for now.
They will see.
It's rare, but sometimes not having full screen can affect games.
All will see.
That guy just got shot from behind. Thank Providence that you are alive and well. Always on time, Kunrad. The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it. Mort, pull yourself together. What did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? You're done here? I'll report right away. Master whispers what is happening on my ship. Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militants just destroyed several more heretics on their way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are or whom they serve? Report. Not yet received word from the engineerium regarding the Gallowfield failures. Communications were already unstable half an hour ago. Now just ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I received scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That madman has already reached the officers' decks. Suggest that these madmen suggest the outage was planned in advance. Perhaps an organized mutiny. Let's provide immediate assistance to those who are still on the middle decks. Perhaps might stop this wave from spreading. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. I have the means to do both things at once. Where is he? I must know if he's unharmed. It's like aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than the whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. Try to locate him. The last thing known about his movements is he arrived in transitional deck 18. Blasted. Master whispers find Ethelred immediately. Seneschal locate Glass and the Sisters of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant with me. I must go to my study, and it appears that we might encounter heretics along the way. Weaver, Theodora glances at you thoughtfully. I may, Lord Captain. Transitional deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Ethelred back, use some support. After all, I'm not as adept as directly in confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed arch-militant. And taking in consideration Ethelred's psychopowers... Oh. That just... And it's settled. Weaver, find Ethelred and bring him back here in whatever state you can find him. Elevator, she points to the massive doors, leads to the restricted compartments, such as my personal chambers and bridge. You won't let me down? I require you both, do you understand? In whatever state, what does that mean? We're in the warp. Considering the attack, there could be a disruption in the Gallowfield, an infiltration of malevolent forces onto the decks. Psychers can react to such things in unpredictable ways. I mean, I'm a psyker as well. Enough. Master whispers, you must allow my heir to turn in... Must not allow my heir to turn into a mindless mutant and to perish under the Enforcer's fire. Do whatever it takes to bring him back. Yeah, I'll do everything I can. Put everything in your power. Do as I say. Your head, if you fail. Is that clear? Okay. You're ready to head to 18? It's a long walk. You don't even have the proper gear. Proper position, since I'm a more important person here. You can go in the front as my shield. Don't know what failed me. The Lord Commander made it clear that I'm relying on you. Relying on you is fraught with risk. Cannot tell us because of the shame or fury. See, you've quickly earned Lady Theodora's trust if she's already sharing her closely guarded secrets with you. But but that's no longer relevant. With pop and a sharp cackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you're consumed by an unbearable gut-wrenching pain. Oh! Promise you a special, Destiny Weaver. It's time to fulfill it. Right. Well, that was unexpected. Don't just kick me like that.
Careful, careful.
Thank God
Be
it's
gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant chamber. And for that, I need him breathing.
I'm guessing that's where the relic document is being stored.
Delightful.
I'm guessing you need someone of the bloodline to get in there. You two-faced scum, you're behind this mayhem?
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warrant chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Oh my god. What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, fond Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Equation succeeded. I like that I can see this beforehand. What sorry pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy? You sordid wretched piece of grox shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Von Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
One of the available dialogue options requires us making a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically, in this case you can decide whether or not to select an option, consequence in which will depend on the result. Okay. Blade flashes in the dim light, and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment, you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and the quieter whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a single urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. I mean, I should have high willpower. Fight the voice in your head. Get out, I'm not your puppet. The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence, forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step towards the gates looming in the center of the chamber. Right, well that didn't work. In the gate archway, you see a cogitator, or cogitator, okay, with a human likeness built in the front. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. Is the servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The Sentinel turns its head to you. One of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Examine, tech use. Get experience, nice. You carefully inspect the design of the gate. Yeah, what immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that's used as the material for the machine's components, some of which you are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of Tech, an incredible rare and powerful piece of technology from humanity's ancient past.